Yo.
Yo. All right, I'm about to reach out, back out to TMil and Tmart, or at least TMil. I say TMil and Tmart. Always considered them T-Series. I just. Okay. Or wait, even more. What if I did? I can do it on my phone, whatever. Okay. You can see generally what's going on. And I'm going to video call that.
Hey, man.
Yo, what's up?
Not much, man. Just chilling.
How have you been?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
I'm going through a really incredible situation that like is I need well, I wanted to catch up and see how you were, but I really need some help with stuff. And like you and the DropClock people, I really need to sort something out with you guys because there's like a really big public scandal going on, and my life is being attacked to an extreme degree, and like my life's being destroyed, and it could be ended if I had support. And I believe like all the stuff that we were doing previously, like if you guys haven't played part in this attack on me, and I'm just being like people are exerting on me like you guys are, I mean, then I would really like your help. But if you guys have, I mean, this is like the end of reality because my life has been destroyed, and someone's about to have like an issue, like a major legal, like more than legal issue. The legal system here in America is about to completely collapse under this. So, I mean, they really need.
Well, what's going on, man?
Okay, so like when we were doing the DropClock stuff, I got all my like right at the end of the time that we were doing the DropClock stuff. This is when it all came out, like came out publicly, but I think some people had been harassing me for a long time, like by harassing I mean like trolling me, but really like really hard and abusively, and in a way which is like they're stealing from me, and like it's manifested more than that by this point. But that when we were doing the DropClock stuff, like I had a lot of ideas, and so I got them together basically at the end of the DropClock period, and I took them to, like I went to a concert. Do you remember, or do you know Jay Electronica?
No, I don't think I've heard of him.
All right.
What is
He
he?
is,
Dubstep?
no, he is a rapper from from Louisiana, but he like lives in Dallas or something. Anyway, I think by this point I think he's a cop, and I think like people have been put around me that are law enforcement in order to that like they're fucking with me in ways like I've been defamed to them, and so they're just fucking harassing me because they have a bad image of me already, and like they've destroyed, like people have destroyed my life. But let me get to that. I got all this stuff together for DropClock, and I got all the social media stuff because if you remember, I like stopped doing DropClock, and I like kind of dropped off. Part of that was I really was attacked to an extreme degree by some people. Again, I can't tell if you guys played part. I've made some videos on YouTube where I'm having to deal with a lot, and so I'm saying things, but if it can be brought out that like you guys aren't being paid off to attack me, because there are people being paid off to attack me, then like this can be sorted through. But I took the content from DropClock, I took all my stuff and I made some more stuff. Like I made a lot of content after DropClock and after I had got off social media, and I took it to Jay Electronica, and I sent it out to Rock Nation and some other hip hop artists. And my idea was like merge them in a better way than they've already been done, and do them to a next level, and just do more, and you know, do it with artists that I enjoy the music. And I went to this concert, and I got him like a flash drive, and I got to him face to face and asked him if he would help, and he very much seemed to indicate that he would listen. And like and help, and it's within his artistic image and interest to do so. And so I assumed that there would be some sort of better response, but it ended up just that I was like seeing him and some people, like bigger artists like that, signal from a distance, like they're aware, but that they aren't going to speak with their words, right? And
What,
and and
what do
like,
you
but they're
mean?
clearly aware of me, and like they're aware of DropClock, and they didn't. The idea is they don't want to say that they're aware, because like he would, specifically with the religious stuff that he's saying and just artistically, he's like, it turns him and a number of artists into massive hypocrites. But like even psychologically, it's like it then, and more so than that, it puts people in a dangerous place because there's money and all sorts of interest and like human lives and risks. Like there's a lot of interest in certain people's art, and that's why like a lot of money is being spent on certain artists, right? And so instead of getting a real response, I got a thing back. And Jay Electronica is a fan in the least, or maybe a member of the Nation of Islam. At this point, I call them the Nation of Mecca Slams, because if you guys aren't also part of this, people are just being paid off by wealthy Arabs, like oil money, to consolidate power and authority, except they can't legally do that. And the way I've been attacked and harassed here in America is like the system itself is being broken in public. And like real patriots are going to do something, whether I want them to or not, because I think people really want their rights to stay around here in America and don't want to be bought off by some Persian slash Saudi rape religion. No one wants to submit to some fake Allah.
The
Like,
Saudis?
yeah, that's all it is. It's the House of Saud spending a bunch of money to try to go against the House of Jehovah, which, by the way, if you guys aren't aware, I'll explain it, but the God of the Old Testament is named Yah, or Jah, and like, at the end of the Bible, it says you can put the name on you and, like, play part in some kind of public game where you basically prove out who you are. Like, that God exists and that you put that name on you. And like, hallelujah means rave over Yah. And if you've enjoyed any of the stuff that I've been doing and any of the mixes that I've ever put out, and I've put out more stuff since we've done stuff, it, like, basically, I'm trying to get the party started. And I think that actually, like, a bunch of interests are trying to cut me off and just take power. And they would cut off the party and the rave, everything. They would, like, fucking destroy reality to, like, assert their reality. And so I got Jay Electronica that stuff right, and I assumed there would be some sort of response, especially because of the religious nature of things, but I never got a response back. And so, but actually that's not true. That's not true. I did get, like, I got some kind of messages back, and later on, several years later, I did get some stuff. So I got him this stuff. And it was pretty obvious to me that I was watched. Like, what we had done, like what DropClock was like a very public and powerful thing. Like, a lot of artists saw it, and either they really liked it or were threatened by it, and I think it affected a lot of things, like in the underground. And I believe I'm still really, like, I'm 100% influential. Like, people are still watching me to an extreme degree. And I'm being shadow banned, like all of my accounts are being exerted on in ways that they shouldn't. And that's one of the reasons I'm trying to reconnect with everybody. If you guys aren't taking part in this, and if you guys aren't law enforcement or something, is like, like, actually.
Dude, none of us are cops, man.
Okay, well, my life is being destroyed. Like, I have multiple charges on me. They put a felony on me, and like, they're literally destroying my family's life and my life here. And it's because I made videos on YouTube, and because I've said things, because these people have attacked me and people around me really fucked up ways. And they're spending a lot of money to do it and cover it up because they went...
The Saudis?
I don't think it's just oil money. Because I literally think I called out, like, when you start calling people out and if you challenge power, power tries to silence you. So this is what I was getting at. a few years ago, after I got that stuff to Jay Electronica, I made some really powerful mixes, and I think I was already being watched, and I think I've already been watched for a long time. Maybe my family has. And there was an attempt to like attack me through some of the video, like some art that I like in video games. Money was spent and effort was spent to change their narrative, like the narrative to I made some mixes that are like 9 hours long, like that chop up a bunch of art and like make them into like a universe that makes sense to me and that's funny. And like Metal Gear Solid is one of those to an extreme degree. And after I put this in there and like made this kind of world of like whatever, like universe where I'm in control with over sound, a character appears in Metal Gear Solid called Quiet. And Quiet is someone that I'm looking at, and I like something about the actress who's playing her, like this character named Stephanie Houston. Something about this woman, or Stephanie Houston, is like signaling at me specifically. And I'm wondering,
show, man?
What?
Wait, were you seeing this actor at?
The actress.
On YouTube?
No, on Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain.
Oh, in the game.
Yeah. And she, at this point, like, it's a catfish thing. It was created specifically to mess with me. And she is multiple women. The multiple women are being used specifically, like, over time. I think there's some kind of public game that has been, or, like, you know 4chan, right? Obviously. Yeah. And Anons and the Darknet. And a number of Darknets. I think there's some sort of backdoor TV show that's going on, like underground. I think there are a number of them, and they're actually competing and fighting each other. And I believe we got, like, my reality, and then everybody, so you and everybody else with DropClock, and a lot of people in my reality, got caught up in what I like to call the show or the game. Like, a really incredible situation that's hard to describe because, like, when I'm saying my account's shadow banned, I think in fact, I know I have a lot of people looking at my accounts from various places, yet I can't see when they're liking my stuff unless, like, some kind of broadcasting control deck filters it through to me, like, lets me see it. And that's what I mean I'm being shadow banned or banned. And I've been recording everything. Like, I record my entire waking life and have been for months on my GoPro. And I've been recording, I have a stream and a channel on YouTube where I'm showing my life, and I'm going through an incredible situation. Because I spoke out, well, for a lot of reasons, but I think it's because I spoke out against power. And, like, the final power is, I think there's an empire that can exert on all, like, anybody from anywhere, and that's the end of the Bible, and it's, like, something not desirable. And I want to party, I want to rave, like, I want to do what we were doing previously. I never wanted to stop. Like, honestly, and I kept, like, yeah, I'll send you all this stuff that I've made since then, and I've been making. I'll send you all my work. If you haven't seen it, I'm in some kind of Truman Show, whether you guys are watching or aware or not. And you guys are actual characters in it, whether you know or not. I think we're some of the most popular people on the planet, whether we knew it even during that time, because I think that there's tours and back doors into America that are shown in other countries in, like, where they keep it on the hush-hush, so it isn't ever going to get out to us unless there is, like, a real issue. And I think there's a real issue because the people in that reality are seeing that some people took over the police here, I think, and are paying off the police. I think it's oil money. That's because I live in oil country.
I don't know about that, dude.
Well, I can prove that.
Conspiracy stuff.
Well, look, but without the conspiracy stuff, this is 100% real. Where I do know, I have had false charges placed on me because I made YouTube videos. That is against my First Amendment rights. They're trying to use it to take away my Second Amendment rights and threaten me. They're trying to use it to harass me. And look, I have an ankle monitor on. I've been to jail several times recently. I got hit by a car and then they put a felony charge on me and put me in jail last month. My life is fucking insane, dude. And I really need help and support, and I would really like the network of people that I thought were my friends, but like I haven't been able to reach out to people in ways for a long time, and 100% something attacked me a while ago. Like during the DropClock time, something was harassing me. That's why I dropped off. But it really got obvious just over the past few years, and it's every day it's getting more and more like this is the most public thing, and I just cannot get a real reaction from my friends to help me. Like, I cannot get, for the life of me, people who were my friends to help stand up for me and like, whatever this is, end it and like go to a better place. And what we were doing before, like, look, DropClock ended, but I just applied for the business license, and I've also reapplied for the business license for another like thing of my own, YoTV, and I'm trying, like, I would like to do more stuff, and I've been reaching out to all sorts of artists and doing all sorts of stuff. The issue is, without the DropClock stuff, I literally look like some fucking crazy guy with no, like, even if they don't know me from that show that I'm talking about, like the underground show, then I'm just some fucking crazy guy who, maybe I have good graphic design or something, but like, who am I? I'm some guy who's saying he has the word of God on him, but like, I mean, they don't know me as Milkins. They don't know anything other than that. And like, I'm trying to get all sorts of stuff going. And I really, first of all, I think, like, I had $1 million last January. I had over $1 million in cryptocurrency. Do you know anything about crypto?
Yeah, man. Never bought into it, but yeah.
All right. I had over $1 million last year. In several different forms, but one of them I had $800,000 in a crypto out of Austin that's being developed out of Austin by a guy named Colin LeMahieu called Nano. And this exchange that I had my Nano on was robbed, and then they faked some kind of error thing where they're using some kind of issue. It's only going through civil court, and the money hasn't been tracked, even though they've tracked during that time period, way less, like 17 times less in IOTA. So 170 million in Nano versus 17 million or 10 million in IOTA, and they got the 10 million back like that, and they tracked down the person who stole it. And this Nano it's trackable, but when I've told the police about it, they haven't helped me. And in fact, they put these false charges on me, and it would appear like, I think 22,000 Nano is a lot of Nano. It was 800,000 at the time. I think it's valued at like way more, and I think people are trying to fuck with me, and I just don't have the support system to deal with it. And on top of that, like, if you'll hear me out on this, and then like, I'm kind of talked out for just the moment because my parts, but like, what we were doing with DropClock and the people that are my friends that are actually my friends and who aren't playing part in what I can prove is an attack on me, like 100%. The thing that sinks it is, there's an account called Stephanie, like, of a fake woman called Stephanie Yosten. She's a fake woman with a fake IMDb and a fake Wikipedia that indicates she's a real woman from the Netherlands. And you can look her up. Stephanie spelled with an F and Joosten spelled with a J. I mean, it's Joosten spelled Joosten. You could even just look up Joosten, Joosten. These people have been, like, they made this woman to catfish me, and she turned from just one she might not have ever been just one woman, and I don't think she ever was, but She is obviously now multiple women, but they're still pretending to be one woman. One woman. They're selling it as one woman. They're stealing away, like they're harassing me, and I think they played part in this attack on me. And my car was stolen the week that the Nano was that the exchange went down. Like my Camaro was broken into off the street, stolen. The engine was stripped, and it was like left in an impound lot, and that's it. I haven't had the Camaro since then. And before that, I had lived out of my Camaro because I had been homeless for a while. And even recently, I've been homeless, and I only recently just got back into the swing of things because I was able to stay here at my grandma's house, and then I've asked my grandma if I can have her house, and I live here in 3rd Ward, Houston, and she said I can have it. So once I can get an attorney to transfer it, I can have it. The issue is my mom's been defamed to me, and like people are lying to my mom, and the police are lying to my mom, and it's destroying my life, and I can't get her to take right action, and I've been evicted illegally, and my life's being destroyed. And there's all sorts of other fucking insane situations that I saw and then I've dealt with, and then there's still I'm still having to deal with the pressure of I need help. And the thing that I was getting at is I think if you guys didn't play part in an attack on me, and you guys aren't playing part, and you are my friends, and you are my friend TMil, then I believe I can offer you, if you can get me into a public position to get this dealt with seriously, I think you guys can get a form of sovereignty that isn't going to be offered to anybody hardly. And it's like when you hear this concept of a saint, like the saints or whatever, that actually means someone set apart by to be set apart for a sovereign, to be holy, not like a common thing. And I think the DropClock people, if you guys don't want to be, can be examples of people. I don't think models model out a good reality, but I think if you guys listen to me and we get on to it right, I think we can model out a super fun and better reality that doesn't end and has enough resources because it's non-zero sum and works. And I think that's what part of the Bible is about. And I think some people have been attacking me, harassing me, and abusing me. And I'm pretty sure we can steal it from them through a court case. I say steal it, but it's legal. It's just once this comes out into public that I've been falsely imprisoned, harassed, and abused, they're legally allowing it at levels that they shouldn't be doing this. I believe everybody connected, because I think you've probably been robbed from, and you don't realize it, actually. People are harassing you, and you're being cut off in ways that you don't realize. And there's, a show around our reality. I don't think we're as private, I don't think anybody connected to me or us has been able to be as private, because I think something is attacked into, my reality in America. And I think kind of this is the final, this is going to trap it, and there's going to be a major public show about this. And I've been covering this, and I'll send you all the info on this, but basically a form of immunity, and sovereignty, that you wouldn't be, the police wouldn't be able to fuck with us, so we could do what we needed, because we're the models of what people would want. We aren't bad people, but some people have paid the police to harass me. I'm definitely being harassed by the police, and there are false charges on me. And I know that I believe some corrupt law enforcement shit's going on, and I believe a number of people around my reality are playing part in some weird fucked up shit. And I think they thought I was gonna be who is this guy? He's just gonna go away or whatever. And more resilient than people realized, and so it's becoming a real public thing. And I think if you are willing, I think you can get out of, if you just have a job where you work for someone. Part of my point is I think DropClock would be funded into infinity. I would be literally who I claim I am, and I can show you some insane shit around my reality that's can you hear? Or what's that?
Oh, hold on.
I heard feedback, so, or I'm my own voice.
There we go.
I believe that there would be an opportunity, First of all, I don't think people have to die. I think the death thing that people are being exerted on and you grow old and die, there's a zero-sum game played in chaos, and I think at a high level, something's been manipulating things like death, and there's like an empire of death, and at the end of the Bible, like you get to be the person who has life on him and death, like the keys to life and death, and like death is thrown into a burning lake and then we party. And everybody who actually is connected to me and like repents, which the word is change your mind, that's what it means in Greek, and like praise Yah, rave over Yah, rave over IA, by the way, that's the authority. So to these corrupt cops who like satanic cops who wouldn't believe in anything other than human authority, IA, Yah, and they're harassing me. And so there would be a real opportunity to just exist, like exist. That's even what the name God, like Yah, is. I am, like I am who I am. It means like to exist, to be, and like I think we would just be able to be. Those who are with me would just be able to be, and like the party would go on. And I know that when I had $1.2 million and I was like getting ready to like file, like get all this stuff together, things looked like they were on the up and up. And then over the past year, I've been thrown in the mental hospital because remember Joel Macaluso? He lied to my mom and he lied to the he lied to my mom and he lied to the police and had me thrown in the mental hospital. Like after these people had robbed from me and are harassing me to an extreme degree, then these other women who I think are connected to this situation added in like more fake harassment charges. And then when I made a video, like I was going to get a gun because there were gunshots out here and I'm at 3rd Ward, and like I went to go at least do the background check and start getting the process for like a Glock or something, and like I was delayed, but then they called later I can get one. But on the way home, I was skating home and I got hit by a car, and I've been recording everything on my GoPro and I'm just recording all the time, and so I have the video of me getting hit by a car. Like it's really intense. And like
hey man, you all right?
yeah, I feel really really blessed and really good. It was on March 3rd that I got hit by a car and the car took more damage than I did. Like I literally feel like a superhero, man. Like the whole windshield was broken out. There were dents and stuff in it, but like I literally skated home. And like then they put a felony charge on me and the police took me to jail the next day. And I literally was like bandaged up from the EMT still. Like they didn't take me to the hospital. I just skated home. They like straight up like took me to the jail bandaged up and bleeding still. Like they didn't give a fuck because these corrupt cops are pissed that I called them out and I said that I would be IA actually. And that's the name of God. I called them on that shit. And I think some satanic police officers are trying to harass me. And it's just like, yo, I'm pretty sure anybody who like all the people connected to me who are actually my friends, who had been my friends, not just any random person, but the people who are my friends, who have been my friends, we can party forever because I've taken enough of an abuse and false imprisonment, and I'm being tortured, man. Because what they're doing even hurts more than getting hit by the car. But I'll send you the video. I mean, I seriously went through the windshield. Like, it hit me going like, I think it was like 25, 35, somewhere between there. Like, I'm surprised it's not on TV everywhere. Like, that's the thing I'm saying I'm shadow banned, is there is some presence around me keeping my reality from like breaking the public sphere of things. And if you work with me to do that, I believe we'll be set for, like, you'll be set for life, I'll be set for life. And like with the sovereignty thing, you wouldn't be harassed by the police. Like, they can't harass us, and we can go hopefully, if you guys didn't play part in this and you want to continue the party, we could do that.
I don't know, man. You're talking a bunch of crazy talk, honestly, dude. Sounds like some crazy shit.
I mean, the reality is crazy, and I can prove that I had $1 million and it was stolen. I can prove all this is happening. I've filmed it all. Like, you can say it's as crazy as whatever you want. The reality of me filming everything and like the fact that the perjury that I'm saying is happening comes from a YouTube video, a satirical YouTube video. First of all, it's just obviously against my First Amendment rights that they put 8 harassment charges on me, 8 misdemeanors and a felony. The felony was even seen as too much, and only 4 of the misdemeanors are being used. But this shit is wrong. And I called people out in the DropClock thing, and if you guys are mad at me, and that's why you don't want to acknowledge that my rights are being taken from me, and there's no way you could have rights as Americans, like, actually, and, like, people are just stealing away, not just American rights, but any rights. Like, seriously, if that's the end, then why, because my thing is liberty, right? So, but if people are cutting off my liberty, they're using the legal system to do it here, they're stealing from me, they're abusing me. Like, I filmed it all, I know it sounds crazy, like, all I can say is I've been filming it for months. I have evidence. I just need a team. I need my team. I need a team. I need my support. And I haven't had support because when I dropped off, like, when they originally started harassing me, or whoever did originally, and I dropped off, like, after that happened, I was unable to reach out to people. Like, my reality became, like, I was no longer the person that I was, and I, like, for the life of me, could not reach out to people. Now, it's like, my situation is really public. The news should be covering it. They don't appear to be in a realistic fashion. Like, this is a real thing that's going on. You can watch, like, I'll just send you my YouTube. In the least, watch me getting hit by a car. And
you got that on YouTube?
Yeah. And I got a lot on YouTube. I believe, like, I have enough to start my own, like, a real channel. And part of my thing is, I think this is a real way that people can, like, the people from DropClock could do this with me if they aren't playing part in this attack against me. If you guys were just, because they've been blocking my communication with people for a long time. I've been like, there's a broadcast deck around me. 100% for sure, I can show you the recordings of, like, where it's taunting me, where people are taunting me. I can show you where they're in my old apartment where I got evicted from, where they're shutting off my power from the fuse box over and over and over. And I'm, like, recording it, and I'm just like, why are they doing this? I mean, it's not just random, and it's not happening because I'm drawing too much power. Someone's fucking with me. And I'm not dumb. And enough people watching this, when I'm saying, like, what's going on, obviously, and I'm not going to be tricked, are going to eventually call these people on their bullshit. So instead of, like, playing part in the people who are harassing me and destroying people's lives, why not build a better reality where I'm pretty sure, like, Islam falls when this happens, and I become literally the pillar of Islam that was Mecca, because it's just a fake religion that came 900 years after Jesus already came and said, yo, Elohim, not just a female god, but like the male gods, is yo, or Yah, and this is what this is. And so some people came and, like, created a divergent timeline, and I think the idea is whoever's the person with the word on them is Singularity Emperor of the future, because pretty sure someone is already exerting that's the Lord of the Age or whatever, and I think it's someone out of Persia. I think it's the king or the prince of Persia, and they're, like, Iran, and I think that they're using money, like, oil money and money out, like, Saudi Arabia. You gotta realize, like, I'm reaching out to the Nation of Islam. It's just a fake religion that, like, these black people have nothing to do with Islam. Islam's a fake. It might as well be Islam, and the slams is from Pokemans, and, like, it in and of itself is a Mecca, like a, because it's just a fake religion, dude, and they're trying to use all sorts of interesting calligraphy. But I can show you where, like, from the Bible, it's like, no, you're just taking Hebrew words, you're adding fancy calligraphy to it, and you're trying to make it something it isn't. And like, there's a truth to the matter, and, like, there are people abusing me in just the most human terms. And, like, my human rights are being violated, my civil rights are being violated, and I really just wanted to party and create a better reality for myself, my family, my friends, and deal with the people who are fucking attacking me. And I'd really like help with this. So that's basically the end of what I have to say right now, and I'd love to hear what you have to say. Other than, if you have to say it's crazy, I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but I have plenty of evidence to confute your initial beliefs, and I would love to show you all that I have and meet up with you. I mean, seriously.
Man, I don't know. Man, I think you need to get some help, dude. Because no one is harassing you. You know, none of us here. You know, we all, after DropClock ended, we all, you know, kind of went our ways, and you know, we all got jobs and stuff.
I know, and your jobs aren't paying as well as if you were still connected to me. I mean, actually. And I have been harassed, whether connected to you or not. So you guys all going your own separate ways, not playing part in the harassment. That's reasonable. I, on the other hand, took what DropClock did and got it out to people, and I think they stole the intellectual property and or are trying to assert maybe that it's theirs. And unless I could prove that what I've been doing is mine, then they are absolutely like stealing from my reality. But in the least, I am being harassed by some police officers who have lied. He has committed perjury. The judge here is going overboard. I have a ridiculous curfew. I've been in prison falsely multiple times. I'm being hurt, man, and it hurts more than getting hit by a car. And so, like, part of my thing is, I can't say, look, here's some comment that just said, magistrate of Italy. I'm being attacked by a false magistrate out of Italy. That's where the BitGrill thing is. They're taunting and harassing me in real time. Because I think they've already gone so far as to, like, have some women that these women get pregnant and have kids. And, like, they're a fake account. It's like the end of reality, because it's like if any one of, like if Olivia Munn was multiple women and being used to rape attack me by any of the DropClock people, it would be like something like that or some bullshit like that. It would be like if these people were used by literally the Pope or some fake rape religion out of Mecca Slam land. You get it? All of this is just money being used to attack, like, someone who would try to take power for the right reasons, actually. Like, you're laughing because it's funny, I mean, the truth is, a lot of this shit is laughable. And that's part of what they're trying to do, is they're trying to make demeaning abuse laughable. So I'm like, this is the types of comments that are filtered through. Magistrate of Italy commented, interesting that you earned your meteorology, they spelled it wrong, meteorology degree at the same place you got your law degree. Imagination land. I mean, it seems like people like Jess, who are still connected, and I think who got mad that by the way, there are people attacking everybody in the DropClock group. If you aren't aware of it, your lives are under attack. Your lives are being filtered with bridges around them that you do not know. I'm being attacked, man. You can say it's crazy. Eventually, this is going to, like, pop up in a place where you're not going to be offered, like, the change your mind thing was, I've been saying this for a while. I have enough evidence to point out what I've been saying, and I'm not going away. And you could have way better realities if you stood with me. Like, actually, because my life is being destroyed and has been since, basically, when we were doing the DropClock stuff, these people were attacking me. If you stand with me, I think you guys would actually have better realities. I mean, I know when I had $1 million, I was doing really well and people had to attack me out of Italy. That's where the BitGrill thing happened. That's where $800,000 was just taken from me like that in a day. I mean, it's like, and then all the extra events started happening. I mean, one last thing is, like, I'm gonna send, like, I'm still creating my presence, and I've still created this what I'm doing, and whether or not you guys want to help or play part or stay in contact or not, it is going to weigh on you and your realities. And there are people who, if you aren't with me, They're either going to try to get you with them or they will consider you against them. That's why I'm saying it would be wise to get with me. That's like, we are in a place where people are getting killed over not just this, but like less important issues than what's going on around me. That's all I have to say. So
I don't know, man. I think you need to get some help, man. Because
where do I get help? What kind of help are you talking about?
mental health, man. Like
What?
you're
Who?
talking about
Wait,
so much
wait,
of
wait, wait, wait.
conspiracy stuff.
What is a wait? First of all, I can obviously prove a number of the things that you're saying are conspiracies. They already put me in the mental health hospital. They did that.
Who did, Joel?
Yes, when I brought up that these women were harassing me. First of all, he had to commit perjury. He had to lie to them to get up enough things to get me thrown in the thing. How do you and anybody else not realize that in and of itself is a conspiracy? He and some people had to conspire to lie to get me thrown in the health unit. I know UT Health is playing part because it was the UT health unit. If this is because UT Dallas is angry that they gave me a degree and they're trying to disprove the things that I'm saying, this is the fucking end of UT. This is the end of A&M. This is the end of universities. I've been definitely attacked by Rice and Joel Macaluso and Denver Green, where they're playing part and pretending like these women aren't attacking me, and Joel actively took part in committing perjury to send me to jail falsely. That's false imprisonment. Like, these are criminal things, and instead of them going to jail, they put more charges on me and I'm going to jail. So whether you want to say that's a conspiracy or not, people are conspiring to do that. Who do I go and tell? I've already called the news. I've submitted IA reports. I've done this all publicly on my YouTube channel. Like, there's no more going to help I could get. They said that I was a model citizen at the health unit. Like, I know when I was from there, and even, like, I've explained this before, you go to the mental place and you very much learn you are not fucking crazy. Unless you are. And guess what? I'm not crazy. I know that. People are harassing me. People are conspiring. That is, two entities are coming together to do so. If you just want to say I'm crazy and write it off, I mean, that's the end of, I guess, anything that we've ever done. That's the end of, that's the end of this. But it's really obvious as the things building around my reality are building up that there's no way that you guys aren't going to be able to avoid, people are going to hate you. If you aren't with me, people are going to hate you. At this point, people are killing people over the attacks on me. People are dying. Do you realize that? Or I know that it's Truman Show public, but people have been suicided over attacks on me. People are committing suicide, quote unquote. They aren't committing suicide. I mean, that's it, dude. I mean, whether you want to say I'm legitimate or not, I'll send you all the stuff that I've been doing. You don't have to, when I tried to add you on Facebook and everywhere else, I didn't get any reasonable response, but the thing that sinks you and anybody else's shit is that they created a fake woman. There's a fake Wikipedia, a fake IMDb. She is multiple women. Her whole point, they created a fake image. I know the blinds are closed because it seems like people like to signal like fucking dolphins. People can't signal with words, but in history, I'm capturing the moment, and it's people signal my reality's closed off. This is hurting people. It's hurting people that I've been attacked like this and people don't speak out with their words. And you guys are part of this. I don't think you're safe if you don't actually speak out. You can shelter under my protection and have an infinity party to the kingdom of heaven, or I don't think you or anybody connected to the attacks on me are safe. So, I mean, that's just honesty. They're able to use the police to attack me and put false charges on me. I know that everybody connected to me. I mean, I guess you guys you could be bought off by them, which is my point. But then, I mean, really here, that does put you adversarially to people who are that's the end. I mean, that's the end of America. That's the end of it all. So, additionally, all the crazy extreme weather shit kicking up is You guys can pretend I'm crazy when I'm calling it ahead of time and like coughing and there's lightning, but like 100% I'm not retarded and the video is catching it for all of history to see how abusive people are around me. I'm not in some kind of like abuse laboratory where people like disprove who I am. I shouldn't be. So that's it. I mean, do you want me to send you the thing that sinks like your conspiracy argument? Like, she's a fake woman, dude, and she's obviously harassing me, and she's obviously if you guys aren't connected, you can immediately have like all the things that I think you could have. Like, there's what in this reality would you want? Because there's everything like the people connected to me. It's the kingdom of heaven, actually. Like, sovereign over all things. My rights have been so violated, like there's going to have to be some sort of thing. And by the way, the end of the Bible and the book of Daniel is it's a court case that decides this. So like despite all the symbolism and shit, it's a court case. I mean, from the one son of a lawyer and my whole family is judges and shit, and like I'm being attacked by the law illegally here. I mean, it's a court case. Like, I don't know how people would believe, like, want to believe anything, all this other shit when, like, you can clearly see crazy shit going on in my reality. Like, that is, like, I'm not just a lunatic. Like, I'm not just some conspiracy theorist, though. I mean, you can even see the most recent, I did one conspiracy video. So, of my, like, hundreds of YouTube videos, one of them is titled Conspiracy. The rest of them are, like, I'm covering the Jamal Khashoggi case and just showing how it's like John Wick, how they cleaned it up. But that's not a conspiracy. Like, you can see it in real time. I mean, if people want to say that, oh, he's a conspiracy theorist, I mean, that's just good journalism. And people are being assholes because they, like, are being paid off. Do you want me to send you the thing? I'll do it right now. Or did you already go and look her up? I can't hear you, by the way. I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry, man.
No
She's
problem.
the actress that's in the Metal Gear Solid, right?
Yeah, she plays quiet. But it's not a real she. Do you get it? It was just a fake woman created. There are multiple women. Like, there was never a real woman. They created this fake woman to be like... They might have supplemented her image, but it's to the point now where... they haven't used, I don't think, the real... I don't know if she's a real woman, and she's not at this point. But she's being paraded around like she is. And there's... Like, they are being paraded around like she is a real woman. And, like, I think they're a bunch of prostitutes, and I think the final thing is that they've all gotten pregnant or something. And, like, the idea is to take off like they have some form of sovereignty given to them, I think by the Netherlands and or Japan, and because that's where they're operating out of, and and then the Netherlands, prostitution is legal, and I think that this was like the end of the Bible is the judgment of the whore of Babylon, the harlot of Babylon. I think it's like some kind of like I know that one of the girls that from my high school that I went to homecoming with and was like maybe dated for a little while. So we talked definitely, and like she was one of the closest. She's someone who's like very close. She ended up being a prostitute and like like a legal prostitute. And I mean I legitimately believe like she's siphoning off from my reality, and certain people are. And like whether you want to believe it or not, like they're imaging like they are, and like we're on some kind of show, dude. Like I don't even know that this isn't being watched by some people. That's why I'm like when that Magistrate of Italy thing came up, I mean, you realize like that the Catholic Church has a lot of money and sovereignty. Like same thing that I'm saying with Japan and the Netherlands. Like they can just give people, like if the Pope or whomever in the Holy See wanted, they can give someone sovereignty, and they might have done that. One moment. Yo, just change the battery. Record every waking moment. And I believe, like, look, first of all, it's super, I think it's way more entertaining than anybody had or could have imagined. And then, like, I really think, like, first, it's a platform, like, it's a real platform. and a real opportunity, and I'm using it to speak what I believe. And like, I would, in the least, I would really appreciate it if you looked over the things that I sent. And like, I'm not coming to attack you guys. And if it came off like I was coming to attack you guys, people have destroyed my life and have been, and they are still, and they're hurting me. And it hurts more than getting hit by a car. Like 100%. I peeled glass out of my eye in the video, like out of my eyebrow and like out of my forehead, and like I'm bleeding and stuff, and it hurts way more than that. And I would really like help in dealing with this if you guys didn't play part in what goes down in history as a rape attack on my reality. Because instead of helping me fix the sexual issues and like making a better reality in relation to sex and all sorts of stuff, they straight up like rape attacked me to prove some kind of point where they can use their liberty however they want. But it's just like, if you use your liberty to surround someone and abuse them at his sexuality in a way which feels like it feels like they're burning me alive from the inside. Like, it feels like I'm being, like someone put acid in my veins. And like, even you can tell like something's up with my right eye versus my left eye. Like, it hurts. Like, I don't think this is acceptable. That's what I'm getting at. And that this needs to end. So, yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, I can tell you no one here is harassing you from what I've heard, man. I mean, you know, a while back I heard you were harassing some people on Facebook. Like, some people reached out to me and saying that you were commenting on their stuff and like wouldn't leave them alone. And I think you need to get help, man. think you need to go get help. It sounds like you got schizophrenia, man.
Okay, I asked for help, and I think that you're bullshitting, and I think that you and all these people, you need to stop, or someone's going to fucking kill you. You and a bunch of people are trying to pretend like I'm crazy when I'm calling people on their bullshit, and you and a bunch of people are willing to commit perjury. Like, people are already willing to commit perjury and pay off people. If you don't fucking stop it and treat this seriously, people will fucking kill you. I am not going to do it, but people will. I'm being watched, and this is how people are trying to take over America. You really need to take this seriously. I'm not fucking crazy. You can look through all my shit. I have obvious relevant threads where you can see the court shit where I'm obviously being harassed. If you're playing part, it's not just death, because people who are suicidal would be willing to surround someone and abuse me and steal away my life and pretend like I'm crazy. It's you will be executed by being thrown alive into a burning lake. For Whitney, the one in Costa Rica. For you guys, the one in Yellowstone. I mean, I'm not fucking around. I'm being abused, and you guys are trying to play like I'm fucking crazy. A lot of people are. I went to the crazy house already. They said I was fine. You and all these people are really fucking terrible for pretending that I'm crazy. You need to change your mind. That's repent. Otherwise, you're dead. That's it. Because you guys are definitely playing part when you're pretending like I'm not. You can look over all this stuff. People attacked me. If you played part, you're executed. That's it. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck how secure you think you are in America. I don't give a fuck who's surrounding you. That's it. Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it, man.
I mean, because you played part in an attack on an American, you are a domestic terrorist. Do you get it? And not a good one. You attacked Shady. You get it? You tried to do some demon shit. Some people tried to do some demon shit, and they've met God's demon. That's how the end of the Bible goes. A third of mankind is about to die. You can either stop playing part in some satanic bullshit, or you can die by burning lake execution. Like, that's literally it. So make up your mind, dude. I mean, if people are saying I'm harassing them, look over what I've posted. I mean, I'm clearly under attack. Corporations are attacking me. I mean, actually, it's really fucking obvious. There are networks of people. They're even saying they're attacking me. They're sending me tweets. Like, you can say I'm crazy, but when they say beware, yo, beware, the one who calls himself the word beware. I mean, you can say I'm crazy as all fuck, but you guys are assholes for, like, not taking this seriously. And if you have kids, they're gonna call you on your bullshit. They're gonna say, you guys are fucking rapist asshole idiots. You guys watched this man have his life raped away from him and even played part. They are going to fucking hate you because this is where this all could have ended. But instead of playing part to fix this, you and a bunch of rapist assholes decided to wholly rape down harder and say I was wrong when I'm the one being rape attacked by a group of fake women. Like, there is nothing more that sinks this than there's a fake Twitter, a fake Instagram, a fake Wikipedia. Like, you don't even get a Wikipedia if you're a minor artist. Like, you gotta be, you have to have something. She has a real enough Wikipedia where people are tracking to it. Like, the cryptocurrencies that are worth billions of dollars aren't even getting, like, Wikipedia pages. Like, they've taken IOTAs down all the time. She's getting support by banks. Banks, ING has paid Vice to run an interview with this woman. She's not a real woman, TMil. Like, that's it. This is it. That's it. There's no more America. There's no more nations. It's just corporations attacking people. And if that's it, God, the magistrate over all of this, is going to make a decision to execute by burning lake, because that one will end people. If you want to suicide into the burning lake, we're going to publicly show what that looks like. Into the burning eternal torture. Like, it's not just like, oh, little minions and whatever. This isn't hell. Hell gets tossed into this burning lake. Do you get it? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, whatever this Old Testament concept of hell that was scaring people, if you're fucking with me, you get thrown into a burning lake alive. That's gonna end people cutting people's heads off, because that shit doesn't scare me. If I'm gonna throw you into a burning lake, you threatening to have my head cut off doesn't hurt as much as being thrown into a burning lake, first of all. And like all this animal shit where these people are trying to cut people up, and so that's it. So I'm gonna end all this sexual terrorism, domestic terrorism, foreign terrorism. Everybody who's attacked me, if you attack me, you get thrown into a burning lake. If you work with me, we're going to the kingdom of heaven. That's been my point. We're at the point where it's hailing constantly. It's been hailing in Saudi Arabia a lot. Then when I started covering it a few months ago to a greater degree, every day. Now it's starting to hail almost every day in Texas, if not every day in Texas. The hail at the end of the book is, it gets up to 100 pounds. The massive earthquake events and stuff also at the end of the book that kill thousands of people, and the third of mankind that dies, you don't want to be a part of that. And you don't want to be a part of the people who don't have shelter during this time. I mean, it's coming, and it's almost here. And I know that there is a public, like, Truman Show type thing going on, and people don't want to stop this. Like, I'm in some kind of box where I'm in some kind of cube. I've been, like, cubed or something. Right? And people are trying to box mine from me and mine from my reality. The issue is, the Word of God owns everything. Something has attacked me in a way since my childhood that I believe God makes up, like, from the Bible. I'm a Christian, but I think Christianity is way different. Rave over Yah, and I get to be Yah, and you know what? You can clearly see all the crazy shit going on around me. It's not just a conspiracy, and if you guys are playing part, you're fucked into eternity. If you guys want to go to a better reality just in reality land, like, even a humanist would have to say, yeah, it sounds way the fuck better when I really listen to it and I'm not putting my ego in front of my, like, anything else. Yeah, that sounds way better. Then there you go. I mean, seriously, we're at the point where people are destroying my humanity and stealing my civil rights to try to make fucking rape points to me. This is it. I mean, that's it.
Man, I don't know what to tell you, man. You gotta stop harassing people, and I really think you need to get help.
So wait, if people are saying that I've been harassing them, and this is the issue, is this is why nothing's changed. There is liability. People are saying that I'm harassing them. So, like, those messages that I sent to people, those have me in legal trouble when people already sent me messages and have already created a fake abuse account around me and have surrounded me and have been harassing me. You will not have rights here. People are going to kill you for playing part in abusing me if you don't drop it and change your mind. I'm not fucking around. That's it. That's it in America. That's it all around the world. Everybody who's fucking with me is done. There are people who aren't fucking around and who are ready to start something way more enjoyable and live forever. So if you want to pretend like I'm crazy and just be some asshole who had a chance to like actually party with God into eternity, there you go. But if you want to change your mind, you can go to that like party forever and end this shit. But it's really obvious, like you can just tell from these women. They're mocking me like a monkey. They're harassing me. I can tell people at UT Dallas are harassing me. I can tell people at UT Dallas have played part. I believe a number of women from my Instagram that I reached out to for help were paired up with men from my reality in order to prove some kind of point and disempower me sexually in a way that is literally poison. It feels like a burning sensation in me because the women chose to bond to me in a way that would hurt me more. I mean, this is literally the end. That's why people would be thrown into a burning lake, because it's torture, and it's been torture since I was a little kid, and mostly because they took pictures of me, and I think they've been lording it over me, and like that they have, and that people would abuse me, and instead of getting a better system together, because I knew that when I was like a little kid, I didn't want anybody to, let alone kiss someone that I was connected to, or if I did, I at least want the choice over it, and I think that's everybody. But these people are literally trying to rape attack me, and if you're playing part, that's it. You're burning lake executed. I don't give a fuck who you are. You can pretend like you were connected to me, but you connected yourself to the wrong person. I mean, that's it.
All right, man. Well, I gotta head off, man. I got dinner ready. So, but I hope you get some help, man. Like, it sounds like you're going through some rough times. And
I mean, you could help me. Like, I'm recording this. History looks back on you as one of the rapist assholes who didn't help me. I'm asking for help. All you have to do is help me make this public. Help. Okay, help me reconnect with the DropClock people. If I've harassed people, say, yo, Milkins has gone through some fucking insane shit. They're basically stealing away, like, they're trying to take my grandma's house here. They're fucking with my mom and my dad. When I was about to pay off my parents' like house and like pay off my mom and like get her set up for retirement, they destroyed my life and stolen away all the money that I was going to use to do that and get my family set up and just moving forward my investment money. And on top of that, they've been harassing me and abusing me in my sexuality in way more extreme ways than any of the shit that I've said or done. If anything that I've said or done is inappropriate, it's 100% spurned on by these women. It's 100% spurned on by the attacks on me, which are not being remedied, and where people are just saying, like you're saying, you're crazy, get help. But when I'm saying, I already went to the help place, they said I was fine, there are real people attacking me, you need to take this seriously. It is hurting me and the future generations that you aren't just making this more obviously a public conversation wherein my reality, I have the ability to debate the people who are harassing and abusing me instead of keeping them silent, because that was the point, is they made this woman named Quiet, which never had to engage me while she was harassing and abusing me. If I had a grassroots group of people behind me, they would have to, and what the grassroots group would get is all that help that you would want from any corporate entity or just moneyed interest, you would have it. I mean, that's it. Because, like, first of all, legally, I think a lot of IP then falls into my hand, because it's like the companies are trying to fight some kind of battle over it, because I think I can prove it's mine. And additionally, they've already attacked me in a way where they're just gonna owe me money. I mean, it's really obvious. You can't be attacking people like this. You can't let a woman sneak into a video game and rape, like, a fake woman sneak into a video game, be used by a group of people. They're definitely being used by Anons. Like, the whole thing is, there are some Anons attacking me from wherever. If you're just watching it, or if whatever, and pretending like I'm crazy, I mean, it's hurting me and future generations, because women who want to speak out when they're caught in dungeons and men who want to speak out when they're caught in dungeons of abuse don't have the ability. And I'm caught in a dungeon of abuse where nothing that I've said harassing isn't already being sent to me and exerted on me in more intense and abusive ways. And I can't reach, if that's part of my point, is how are these hypocrites saying this and asking for the law to do something when these people are doing it to way more of a degree, and I can't get anybody to speak out for me. I can't get an advocate. I can't get help. I mean, really, seriously, I would like some advocacy. And if you can advocate for me, I can advocate for basically the desirable things in reality that everybody would want. And specifically, I think the people that have been connected to me would want. I think I know what I believe I have a general idea, but I mean, if there's something else, you could speak it out because I believe that it would be provided. Because this is such a public and problematic ordeal that something would need to deal with it. And so some form of authority would have to be placed on me to deal with this. Like, that's it. That's 100% my point. And it's what plays out if you make a real good decision and you, like, speak out for me and advocate for me and say, I don't think he's crazy. I think some people have attacked and harassed him and abused him, and he really needs help. And, like, he thought we were playing, like, if you guys actually didn't play part, I thought you guys were playing part because it looks like Whitney's stuff. Like, I can send you pictures. It's really clear Whitney was watching me a while back. Like, it's signaling in ways which it's hard to deny a tattoo and deny that, like, I've posted this shit. And, like, she gets a tattoo after I post this scorpion shit. Like, it's hard to deny that these other women who are signaling at me like this. It's hard to deny that certain men who I'm asking for help aren't doing the same and, like, trying to pretend like wizards, and it's hurting them and other people. It's not good for anybody's interest. They're just part of some hierarchy that would rather see them abused and me abused, and, like, I upend that whole fucking hierarchy. In fact, that's what the end of the Bible talks about. Like, the stone the builders refused, man. You get it? So, let's see. Like, what is it that would prove to you that people have actively taken too much of a role to harass me and attack me, and that you and maybe anybody else that have been connected like this need to take some kind of real action? Like, it benefits you, and if you don't, people are going to hurt you eventually because I did ask for help, and if you're not with me, people are using you to be against me. Like, 100%. You guys, the DropClock people, are being used. If it's with me, I mean, I'm like for liberty and helping people. Like, I don't want liberty to be used against me in such a hyper abusive way as these people have done to me, and I would really like help with it. And like advocacy, like, not just like, oh, he needs mental help. Like, no, I don't need mental help, man. I need some people to deal with these harassing women and to change the paradigm, because women can be harassers too. They can be abusers, psychologically especially. They can be bullies, and these women have done that to me, and they're hurting me. And they've hurt me in physical reality land too. And they're fucking with me, harassing me in real land too, reality. Like, when I'm getting evicted, all the money that I spent at the place that I got evicted out of, I could have made this place better. Like they're robbing from me, man. I don't get, like, this is my whole point, is why, especially as this public, why do you get a chance as an American? Why does anybody? Like, why wouldn't people just run up? Like, that's why America then falls, because they're not only doing that, they're trying to publicly make an example where they can lie and commit perjury through the police and steal away my reality. Like, the police are playing part in this. That is really obvious. That's not a conspiracy. It's really obvious that, like, these people attacked me and the police are trying to, like, not deal with it. And if you and the DropClock people advocated for me, first of all, I think it would, like, you would never be broke and you would never have to worry. Additionally, I think it opens up all sorts of social and, like, other doors that could never be opened otherwise. Like, you would literally, these doors are infinitively closed unless you're connected to someone who has enough power. And, like, I have enough power, I just can't. Well, I'm working to exert it. I believe that some part of the group, there is going to be some remnant connected to me from the people that have been connected that will make a wise enough decision to go to the place where your eternities are paid for. Like, you have enough resources. It no longer is a zero-sum game. Like, a form of sovereignty and diplomatic immunity and protection under literally God, under a magistrate that would protect people and rave over a yacht that would win a party. So that's where I'm at with this, and I would really like some help in a real advocacy way, not like a, he's crazy, he needs help, like, mentally, but like a, we need to stand up for him because he's being bullied. And if we felt harassed or bullied by him, it's because he thought we were playing part with these women who are like I think there's like a societal revolution that some like coven of women thought that they would make. And I don't know if Whitney's playing part, but I think they've tried to use Whitney's image, and like that's been my point, is like people are watching this and I'm being abused, and people are dying around this situation, and like people who are protected are dying around this situation. There's no way out of this. This is the end. Like advocate realistically. Like there is a major situation going on, and like please like help me with these bullies, else I believe you are one.
Man, I help you whatever way I can, man. But man, I believe you believe everything that you're saying. But yeah, man, it's sounding like paranoid schizophrenia. Honestly, like everything you're saying, I think you need to shut off your YouTube for a little while. Shut off your Facebook.
All right, I'm gonna shut you down. I think you're one of these rapist assholes who's been paid off, and you're gonna be executed alive into eternal burning torture. Have a blessed life. I mean, do you get it? Do you get why I would tell that to people? Like, you get to a point where people are, well, I will sit in front of them, say he's crazy, and if they kill me, whatever, I'm suicidal anyway. But look, I can siphon off resources. This is how death still exists. That's why death is a suicidal entity that would exert over the operating system. Pew, 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 and try to steal away from life. And then use the legal system to do it at the end of a blade. No, 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 no. Alright, let me pull up FaceTime and then log out. Because I find it annoying when it keeps popping up on the computer. Like this thing, magistrate out of Italy, I don't know where you get your law degree. Well, in Italy, you don't have rights protections, actually. So, that would be why it doesn't seem like that. By the way, as I was having that conversation, like in Italy, you don't have protections of these rights, actually. Huh! I mean, seriously, a magistrate out of Italy attacking me, that would be it. Look, it's gone up. It went to 52-42. I mean, it's now hit a tie over the past whenever. And I believe it will continue to. And let's see. See, this is why I think it's the Paydens, because in Magistrate of Italy. Interesting that you earned your media, like, they couldn't help but bragging, but this is the thing that sunk them, I believe. And is it actually out of Mexico? The same place you got your law degree, Imagination Land. Also funny, the Lord of the Storm is afraid of a little water and wind. Am I afraid of it, or do I not want to get wet when I'm about to come back in and stay dry? Like, do I generally seem afraid of it, or am I just like, there's no reason to get wet right now? Oh. This is why I think the Debbie Payton thing. Don't worry and bring me your butthole. I'll keep you safe. I mean, actually. So, I believe people forcing me to do the storm activity is what. Interesting, you have your degree from Imagination Land. I'll fucking get control of anything. Ah!